Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Last week I suggested to myself that I'm gonna talk about some Polish book covers versus UK, US book covers, and that's exactly what I'll be doing today. Now I thought about it and I realized it's a bit unfair to compare like Polish and just UK, US, but it seems like the most standard format of this video is UK versus US covers. So I thought I'd just add the Polish in to give it a nice tweak, though US and UK covers are mostly similar in the book that I chose, or the same. But in the future, I thought about it. I'd actually like to cover like covers from all around the world because that's so much fun to talk about them and see the differences in different cover styles and what they did in different countries to appeal to the audience or try to appeal to the audience, because that's not always the case. So I think that's what I'll do sometime in the future, but for now let's focus on Polish book covers, and there are some awful ones in here. Really awful ones. Right now in Poland the covers are not that bad, but before the Polish market, like the publishing industry, realized that their covers are horrible and they need to change them to appeal to the Polish audience that is interested in UK and US covers. The covers were super bad, and I can't wait to talk about them. But we're gonna start with some normal ones, some that are nice, and just kind of, I'm just gonna talk about some differences, show you sort of what it's like in Poland, and then I'm gonna move to the really helpful ones, which is gonna be fun. So without further ado, let's just get started. So I'm sorry if I keep on looking here, kind of, but I'll try not to as much as another video where I said the same thing and that didn't really happen. But I kind of have all the covers in here, so I'm just gonna try to make this work. Anyway, the first book I want to talk about is Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. Here we have the UK, US cover. From what I know, they're the same in both countries. And for some reason, we have two covers in Poland, which is this one and this one, and I don't know why, because I've looked at them in real life and I don't remember like the difference. Maybe one is paperback and one is hardback, which is weird because we don't really do that in Poland, and we don't really get hardbacks as much. Anyway, so I am a fan of the much more minimalistic UK US cover, and I honestly, it's very rare. I mean, it's interesting because in fantasy books in Poland, you either get something that's very simplistic or something that has a lot of color and is very bright and usually is hand drawn. And in this way, I don't know how to call it. I'm not good with this sort of stuff, but I very much prefer the UK US cover, the white and the simplicity of it, and just the three colors that are there just make it so appealing to me. And I'm not saying the Polish covers are bad, because they're not. They are really good actually comparing to some I've seen, but I still very much prefer the UK US cover. It makes it much more mysterious and mystical, and there's like this shadow thing around the letters that just looks so cool. Next we have Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. Oh, how do I do this now? Okay, this is the UK cover, this is the US cover, and this is the Polish cover. I remember I was really very hyped up for it, and I really wanted to read in Polish because back then I still read a lot of my books in Polish, and I was very excited about it. And then I saw the cover and I just stared at it like, no, please tell me that's a joke. And now I actually don't understand why I don't like it so much, because when I was putting the whole thing together, I looked at the cover and I realized it might be my favorite, which is weird. I don't know if it is. So the UK cover doesn't look very appealing to me. I like the art style, but it just seems very boring and just kind of bland, like nothing really to look at, you know? I mean, sort of, yeah. But the US cover, I like it more, but it's not quite it. I don't know why. I think it's the art style and the way the character is drawn makes her sort of creepy to me. Like the book is a horror thing, which I don't think it is. I think it's more of a sci-fi thing. And the Polish one is so colorful, and I mean not very colorful, but it's kind of nice. And I don't know, you just see the fierceness in her and her readiness to conquer the world. I think she's fighting for something in this book, fighting for some pilot license or sky license. I mean, spaceship license? I don't know. But it just looks so much better to me, which is so interesting because I hated this cover so much. but I don't know which cover fits the book the most. I feel like the US one probably, but I somehow really like the Polish one, so I'd go for the Polish one in this one, I think, which is so weird. What happened to me? I don't know, but I like it now. Next, we have a book that I mentioned in my last week's video, but I'm actually coming back to it because I'm just gonna quickly talk about it, but I need to mention it because first of all, I'm talking about The Rebel of Sands by Alvin Hamilton, and this is, oh, how did I do it? This is the UK cover, this is the US cover, and this is the Polish cover. So in my last video, I said that the UK and the Polish cover are the same, but they're actually really not. It's just the idea, the concept of the corners being kind of surrounded by white, no, not white, yellow and blue something is the same, but the rest is not. Anyway, of course, I don't like the US cover. We can just push it out of here and stay with these two. And I mean, they're kind of almost the same. It's like almost the same, but not really. And I'm gonna go with the UK cover. I think it's really pretty, and the Polish one seems kind of faded in comparison to it. I've seen both in real life, and in real life it seems like the UK cover is much more vibrant and it kind of radiates the colors. I am not making any sense right now, but the UK cover, I like it more. We're just gonna talk about the first cover that I am super disappointed in, and we're talking about Seif by Neil Shusterman. This is the UK US cover. I believe they're the same. And wait for it, look at it, just, this is the Polish cover. Why? I love the UK US cover. It's so minimalistic and simple and symbolic and so beautiful, and generally the whole series has such beautiful and stunning covers. They just, I don't know, they just make me hold my breath and want to read what the book is about. Look at the Polish cover. What is this? Is this like a graveyard book? A guide on how to bury bodies or something? I don't know why this is a thing, and I'm so sad about it. This is just, no, I can't look at it. Next, we have a book that I'm really interested in, and I keep some like, how do I say it? Bumping around my head. Like, I keep on thinking about it and I forget about it, but then I see it and I want to read it. And it's Kingdom of Souls by Irina Baron. This is the, I keep forgetting, UK cover. This is the US cover, and this is the Polish cover. And I think, I don't know about the US because I don't know if they changed the cover or if this is the hardback cover or something, but this is what I found. So my favorite, I think, is the Polish cover. I don't like the US cover very much. I don't know, just the combination of colors and the drawing, I don't know, the drawing, I guess, is not appealing to me. And the UK cover feels nicer, much nicer. I really like it, but something about the Polish cover and how it's just so simple and so beautiful at the same time, and the font and the lettering and kind of the placement of the letters make it very interesting and intriguing, something I'd like to pick up. And something about the UK cover, I don't know what, but it makes me feel like something's missing in it and I can't figure it out. It feels like it's part of a series. This is the only one of the three that makes it feel like it's part of a series to me. Is that making any sense? I don't think so. But yeah. Next we have Warcross by Mary Lou, which I feel like is a forgotten about book. Like, I haven't heard people talk about it in a long time. But this is the UK and US cover, and this is the Polish cover. And I'm talking about it because it's very interesting to me how they changed it like almost completely in the Polish cover. It just feels like it's giving off a very different vibe. So in the UK, US, it feels more like a code thing, a book about like coding, programs. I don't know what it's about. I feel like it's like game, like a book about people in a game or something, like Ready Player One, because it gives off a similar vibe to that book. So that's what I'm assuming it's about. It has this 3D aspect, and I feel like that's a thing of the past. We have been getting a lot more cartoonish covers right now, and it just doesn't feel like this fits in with them. But the Polish cover, I'm having mixed feelings because I do like the neon color and the brightness and the vibrance, like how vibrant it is. But at the same time, it has a person on the cover, and I don't really like that. So I don't know. But I think I prefer the Polish cover, and I don't know if it's because I don't like the US UK cover almost at all, or if the Polish cover is actually good. Next we have Cinder. And I'm talking about this. I also talked about this in the last video. Basically, this is the UK-US cover, and this is the new cover change for reference because it's precious, it's beautiful, we all love it, it's amazing, and I want to read it right now, own it, and stare at it forever. But this is this is the initial Polish cover, the one they had at the beginning. But damn, that is horrible. That is really bad. I do not like it at all. It feels like a romance. It feels like 50 Shades of Grey, except in some princess setting and 50 years ago. I don't like it so much, and I'm so grateful that they changed it. But can they please change it to the new cover right now, because it's really pretty. But anyway, no, I can't talk about it anymore. I just need to share this with you because it's been in my head for all these years. Ever since I saw it, I was so shocked by this cover, and I was like, no, this is ridiculous. I'm not buying that book because it looks awful. But now they changed it, so I'm happy about it, but I just need to share it. I'm moving into a book that I don't know if I talked about a lot. I don't think so, and it's not very popular, but that's Piglets by Clémentine Beauvais, and this is the UK-US cover. I think it's the same in both countries. And this is the Polish cover, and I'm talking about it because I really like the UK-US cover, and this is actually one of my favorite books of all time that I need to talk about more. And what really annoys me about the Polish version of the book is that it doesn't have a standard book format. So when I put it on my bookshelf, it kind of sticks out a bit, and that really annoys me. And it's like a bit shorter, and I don't really know where to put it. It's kind of awkward wherever it goes. So that's what annoys me more than the actual book cover itself, which is not, there's something appealing about it. The way they're drawn, the font is not really cool, but the way they're drawn is kind of really nice. And the emphasis of like geometry and stuff, I guess, a bit, which doesn't really fit in with the book, but never mind. But the UK-US cover, it doesn't really stand out from the crowd, but I just really like it. It's very aesthetically pleasing, so yeah. And next we're moving on to like, such a book, such an important book in my life. Fire and Flood by Victoria Scott, which I don't know if I've ever talked about actually, but it's the book that kind of got me into reading, or I just read it at the beginning of my reading journey, and I loved so much. It was my first book obsession. I haven't picked it up since because I'm scared I'm not gonna like it. I should reread it, but I'm scared, so I don't know if I will, but it just holds such a special place in my heart. And Victoria Scott is the best author for me. I don't know why. I just love her writing style, and I always resonate with her characters a lot. Anyway, this is the UK cover. This is the US cover, and this is the Polish cover. And I'm gonna tell you, the Polish cover rocks. No nostalgia or sentiment or personal preference or personal experience involved in here, none at all. I just love the Polish cover. I mean, I don't like the US cover that much because of the font, mostly. I don't like the font. And the UK cover is much better. It's much better, but the Polish cover is just beautiful. And of course I have to talk about her other book, which is Titans, by Victoria Scott, and this is the US-UK cover. I think I haven't really seen any other cover, so I'm just assuming it's for both, though I never really saw this book in real life. And this is the Polish cover. And I wouldn't say either cover is really cool, but the Polish one is much better for sure, in my opinion. It's just, I don't know, this publishing house is one of my favorites. It's so weird to have a favorite publishing house, but because of the other book, I started like looking into their work, and I've loved every single cover that they've released, so yeah. I like it, I think. The Polish one, I mean. I just like the horse. It's really pretty and feels very dynamic in its own way, so yeah. And now I'm moving on to a cover that I can't even bear to look at, let alone talk about it, and that is The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. And I'm talking about, well, all of the covers. Why am I even saying that? So this is the UK-US cover that is before the cover change. Like, there are so many covers for these, but I'm just going to refer to these ones because I feel like that's the best one I can refer to, the most popular. I don't know. And these are the old Polish covers before they changed them into those ones. And oh my god, these are so bad. I can't look at them. I keep on looking at them, but I can't. Especially Clockwork Princess. I can't. This is a drawing. Yeah, it's a drawing. And it's so bad. I don't understand why they ever thought this was a good idea. I'm not a fan of these covers very much. I mean, they're okay. But comparing to these ones, a round of applause, because that is a glow up. I have actually only 2 covers left. But these 2 are going to be interesting in my opinion. So I don't know if you remember the series Shatter Me by the Hera Mafia. It was such a thing years ago, but now nobody talks about it. And these are, I mean, I'm going to talk about the current covers, UK US covers, which are these ones. They did have a first cover thing of the first book that was really, really awful. Absolutely awful, and worse than the Polish ones in my opinion. But let's just focus on this one. And for the Polish cover, what am I talking about? Oh, this is a Polish cover. The one we had before, they changed the cover into these ones. So good that they did it. But I really need to show you the old one because I don't like it. And I don't think I'm ever going to read this series. But the old cover, no. I think this book is quite angsty, and this is what the old cover is. Seems like telling me like it's an angsty book, and I don't like angsty books, and I know that the cover doesn't change the content, but not a fan of the old one. And the last book is actually really interesting, so I'm going to talk about it, though I have hardly heard about it for a while now, and that's This Shattered World by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, and this is part of the Starbound trilogy, I believe, and this is the UK US cover, and wait for it, this is a Polish cover. And it's very interesting because the cover, I mean the background image is the same, but the Polish cover looks so much worse. And it's so interesting for me because the difference lies in the font and the positioning of the title. And in the UK US cover, the background is sort of covered by the title. So you kind of mostly focus on the title. And I never noticed the background image is so awkward and weird and so like angsty and romancy and no. And in the Polish cover, when I looked at it, the first thing I noticed is the image. I just can't. It's so interesting how just the title and the font and the positioning of it makes for such a difference. And I just need to share that because do you also feel the same way? Like they're completely different covers, but at the same time they're like almost the same. I don't know. I just need to share that. Anyway, that's it for this video. These are all the Polish versus UK US covers that I wanted to cover right now. But this was very interesting, and I'm glad that we are improving Polish covers right now. They're very, very pretty. You go into a bookstore and it's so beautiful, and I'm so happy about that. Let me know which of these cover differences is the most like shocking, interesting maybe, and what you feel about the Polish covers, because I'd love to know. It's interesting. People don't really talk about it in booktube. I mean, English speaking booktube. I don't know if Polish speaking booktube does this. I mean, probably more than English speaking, but yeah. Anyway, just wanted to film this, wanted to share some covers, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're doing well, staying safe, and taking care of yourself, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!